So now I just want to give you a bit of a guided tour of Eclipse. So it looks kind of similar to other Windows piece of software in that we've got these options across the top, which are similar to kind of Microsoft Word and Excel and all that group of things. And then if we click, if we hover over an icon, it tells us what they do. So there's lots of things that you can do in these menus, but there's also shortcuts for them. So you can see here, if we were to press F3, for instance, which is one of the things we're going to do, we can change the weighting on the plan. So in terms of the windows, you can change how they're viewed, and there's a few different options in terms of view layout, and really there's no answer, it's whatever works best for you. I'm going to go for this orthogonal view, and one thing I would do if it's not showing is go to Window and Workspace bar, and that allows us to flick between the various modules that Eclipse has. So let's say we can hover over the various things and it tells us what they do. In terms of the windows, we can maximize them and we can scroll through this patient. So we're in the axial plane there, and then we've got a 3D view in that one, which we can pick up and rotate. And we can see in the coronal view in this lower one, so if we wanted to zoom on that one, we could do. And the same for the sagittal one down here. So if we go to this axial plane, and if I want to zoom in, I click on the plus, and then I draw a box around the bit that I want to zoom in on. So if I really want to zoom in tight on something, then I draw a box around that, and then by pressing the minus it takes us back again. So this patient is pre-contoured, as I've said, and what we can do is display and undisplay the contours by ticking them on and off in this side here, and again we can now roll up and down and see what has been contoured. So one thing that I would kind of recommend that you do is only keep the contours on that you actually want to see, because it can get a little bit busy on the screen when there's lots of contours. If you want to change the colour of a contour, you can right click on it, colour and style, and then there's lots of options down there, and again you can have a play with them. So some of them colour it in, some of them, if we just go for a contour, let's change that to, you can see that it stops being coloured in and it just and you can see through it, and again whatever works best for you, there's no kind of right or wrong answer. So this little symbol here, which is meant to be a head, so this is a structure set, and within the structure set there's structures. So these structures are rectum, bladder, femur, etc. And then as we do more things with this patient, this file tree is going to get bigger and bigger so that we can look at plans, but we haven't done that yet. And so as I say, just have a play with the icons. One thing I would say is to save regularly, so file and save, or as you can see press Ctrl and S. I would do that pretty regularly in case anything crashes, so that you don't lose anything. And the other thing I would say is just remember what patient you've been given, because that's the one that you need to plan for all of the sessions. And if you pick the wrong one up, then you're going to end up changing somebody else's plan, which I don't think they'll be too chuffed about.